Okay, people, I'm going to do a couple of updates as asked. And it's one of these things where, like, some of these things I've been meaning to write about or talk about, but I have so much to say that it's, like, too time consuming. So I'm just going to try to be brief and condense just the brief updates about a couple topics. Number one, first things first, because it'll probably take me longer. My best friend's wedding. She got married last weekend, and we did not go. Those of you who know what's going on with that know that it was difficult, and it was even more difficult than I could even express. But we're talking lifelong best friend. I mean, we've really been best friends for nearly 30 years. I mean, since, early childhood. First day of school, and first grade or something like that. And she was having a destination wedding in a place that was too difficult and too expensive for us to get to as a family in our current situation. I was upfront about that from the beginning. Uh-oh, are you joking? Oh, do you get it? Okay. That caused issues that I know a lot of people weren't sure how I expressed that. You just have to trust me that it was done with a gentle hand, complete understanding the whole way through. It was because I knew we needed to go to this wedding, and you have to think of it as if this were a discussion I was having about a sister, not a friend. You know what I mean? All right, we went to wedding dress shopping. That did not go well. I mean, just things have not been going well, and it has been difficult. And then after that, we had a big discussion, kind of a fight. And I told her that I thought, and honestly, my feeling was that she was being incredibly cavalier about my situation and our finances, and she was. And the point was, fine, you can be that way, but then we can't come. You know what I mean? You don't get to have it both ways. So if you want to choose this fancy wedding that's difficult and expensive to get to, great. I'm really happy for you, but I won't be able to attend it. You know what I mean? And there was some things said and some guilt tripping and other stuff, and I think I left that conversation feeling like, yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to do this, because it's just not in our, I mean, best interest. It's definitely not in our best interest, but I also felt like, and this is a hard thing, and you have to know it for yourself. I didn't need to go to the wedding for myself. They have been together for over 10 years. I support and love them. I'm incredibly happy for them. But, I don't know. I mean, I would have gone if we could, but I didn't need it. I don't feel compelled to devastate our finances in order to do it, and it would have been. Okay. Like, I just can't be doing that. We have too many hardships. Happy to see some pictures. Wish I could have been there, but, like, I can't do more than that. Okay. Well, this, Matt and I had all these discussions about it. He was, like, dead set against going, like, couldn't believe I would even consider it. It was totally out of the question. And that was making a strain. And then after, and then she and I stopped talking for several months. And I'm thinking, well, if you're not talking to me, like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm assuming you're pulling away and you're feeling like I'm not coming, and you know what I mean? I kind of thought there was a lot more intentional stuff going on with that. And I think there was. But at a certain point, I decided we're definitely not going. It's just not the right decision for us to go. We can't go. And I spent what I could on the most meaningful, best wedding gift we could send, and I did. And then still hadn't gotten her invitation, and then she sent me an email asking, like, if I was honestly still not ready to talk to her. And people, I was floored, because I swear to you, I thought she was not talking to me. I mean, because my birthday came in the middle of all this, and she didn't call me, and I mean, like, there was no, and that's the perfect opportunity to step over, but whatever, that's fine. And I said, well, I didn't realize I was the one not talking to you, but I have come to a decision, and it's been difficult, and it's been well thought out, and it's not in reaction to anything, but we are unable to come to your wedding. you know, I wish things were different, but they're not. I hope in time you can understand and accept, you know, our circumstance. And in the meantime, I understand if you need to take your time, you know, to come to terms with this. And, you know, I wished her to have a, you know, a lovely special day and told her how much I love her and everything like that. Okay. And she just responded like, I'm confused and devastated. You know, I need you to give me my space. I expected that, people. Confused? No. I've been nothing but clear from the get-go, and, you know, so, but I did not get sucked back into it. I did not respond like telling her what she shouldn't be confused about. You know, I just like, whatever. And we didn't speak. I got her SVP. I responded, you know, wrote that we weren't coming, and, you know, whatever, you know, thoughtful wishes for the day. I mean, I genuinely do want her to have a great day, and, you know, everything. And then still didn't speak to her for a couple months, and, you know, at a certain point, like, I do miss her. She was my best friend, and I realize that it's upsetting that I can't come to your wedding, but at the same time, oh, we are adults, people, and she chose a destination wedding, and she even to my face said, you know, of course I'm choosing destination wedding, and I realize not everyone can come. So, you know, guess who isn't going to be able to come? Frustrating, people, and difficult, and I vacillate, honestly, between sadness and anger about it. And I'm sure she does too. And then I realized that she wasn't at her job anymore, and so I just sent a quick email saying, you know, I miss you, and I'm thinking of you, and I see that you're not at your job, and I hope everything's okay. Genuinely, hope you didn't lose your job, you know, whatever. It's not that far-fetched of a notion in this economy. And she wrote a very, I felt, curt response. And I think it would have been better for her to just not respond or say, like, I've got a new job, thanks for your concern. I still would have gotten the message. If you're not chatty, I get that you're not ready to talk to me. She kind of took it a couple steps too far. So that's where it's at. I'm just left with, she's married now, and I have no idea. It is in her, the ball's in her court at this point. She's made it clear, and that's that update. Okay, quickly, the other thing, the in-laws. Here's what I'll say. We have very limited contact with them. I don't speak with them. I don't communicate with them. Never been happier. I spent 10 years trying to win them over. It was not working. It created tons of marital friction that I was aware of, but not really aware of how deep it was, with me trying to get Mr. F to have a different kind of relationship with them than he did, or try to reach out to them, call your parents, blah, blah, constantly nagging. And now that I'm removed from that, it's gone. I mean, don't call him. You know, I almost prefer you not. You know what I mean? And that has eased a whole level of strain on our marriage that I didn't even realize I was putting there by obsessing about his parents and about them not liking me for so long. You know that? And so I kind of recommend it, people. If you're in that same predicament, I do think having the zero contact kind of helps. The way I see it at this point is completely up to them and Mr. F to get together and have a relationship if they want to. They have not really done that. They did get together one time while we were in New York, actually, for wedding dress shopping, because we were nearby, and Mr. F thought he would take that opportunity to just drive up and see them briefly, and there's no future plans. So, and they don't make any effort to create those plans. So, yeah, that's Sesame. All done with your sandwich, dude? So that's that, but I'm feeling good about it. This will be the first year that I'm going to do nothing for birthdays or Christmas. It's completely up to Mr. F to do what he wants to do, and it's probably not likely to do anything. And I am pretty good about all that. I also, while I like his sisters, I also realize that I have enough anger about the way things went down and the intervention to know that I'm I'm in that place where I'm rooting for negative information. So I don't want to have a relationship with them, because I know I really just want to find out more negative stuff. You know what I mean? And that's not healthy or helpful to anyone, so I'm just removing myself from them as well at this point. That's that. Alright.